So actually, an exception is an abnormal condition that arises in our program at runtime. An exception is a runtime error. Okay. So in computer languages that do not support exception handling, so errors must be checked and handled manually. So with the help of some error code. Okay. Okay. So this approach is very difficult. So Java's exception handling avoid these problems. Okay. So actually, Java provides some keywords for handling exception. Okay. So first I show an example. What is exception? So simple program, class divide. Public, static, void main. String array. Okay, public static void main string array. First number, that is int n1 equal to integer dot pass int of a of 0. Yes. Then int n2 equal to integer dot pass int of a of 1. The second command line argument. Okay. Then system.out.println. It is result plus n1 by n. So end of main function, end of class. Okay. File save as. Divide dot. Okay, divide dot Java. So this is a simple program, only 3 lines. N1, first I declare N1. Okay. So I initialize N1 with the first command line argument. Okay. So actually the first command line argument is okay, A of 0. The second command line argument is A of 1. Okay. So here I convert the string into integer. So actually integer is one wrapper class. Okay. So this wrapper class provide one static function pass int. This function converts string to integer. So here I am converting the string value into integer. Then result equal to n1 by n. A simple 3-line program. Okay, 3 lines program. So I am going to compile this program Java C divide dot. Okay. Then Java divide 10 2. So result equal to 5. Okay, Java divide 10 to 2. So result equal to n1 by n2, 10 by 2 is 5. So suppose I give Java divide 10. Okay. Then the output will be the Java LANG array index out of bound exception. Because here there is no value for A of 1. Okay. So A of 0 is given, but A of 1 is not given. Okay. So throw an exception. Array index out of bound exception. Okay. Then another one. Java divide 10 C. So this is number format exception. Here the second argument is not a number, it's a character. So converting the character into number, so the passing function throw an exception, that is number format exception. Okay, this is second exception. Third, Java divide. Okay, 10, 0. So this is arithmetic exception. That is an exception in thread main java.lent.arithmetic exception, that is divide by 0. Okay, divide by 0 error. Okay. So this simple 3 lines program. So it throws 3 different exceptions. Okay, then imagine if you are writing a program with 1,000 lines code or 2,000 lines code, so that program will throw many exceptions, okay, many errors. So how can we handle this exception? So Java actually provide an exception handling mechanism. Okay, so Java exception is an object. I already told Java is purely object-oriented programming. It considers everything is an object. Okay, so Java exception is an object. So which describe an exception condition that has occurred in a programming code. So when an exception condition arises, the object representing the exception is created and thrown. Okay. So that method may choose to handle the exception itself or pass it to another method. Okay. So anyway, at some point, the exception is caught and processed. So exception can be generated by Java runtime system. Okay, not compile time system, runtime system. They can be manually generated by our code. Okay, so exception thrown by the Java related to fundamental error that violate the rule of Java language or the constraint of Java execution environment. Okay, so Java's exception handling mechanism is managed with 5 keywords. Take 5 keywords. Try, catch, throw, throws, find. Okay, Java's exception handling is managed with the 5 keywords. Try, catch, throw, throws, final. Okay. The first one is try block. Okay. So try block is used to monitor an exception. That means program statements that we want to monitor for exceptions which are contained within a try block. So try block is used for monitoring an exception. Right. If an exception occurs within the try block, suppose a try block contains 100 statements. The third statement throw an exception. Okay. Okay. So that is if an exception occurs within the try block, the exception is thrown. Then catch block. Okay, catch block handle that exception. So catch block is used to handle an exception. Try block is used to monitor an exception. Catch block is used for handling an exception. So actually system generated exceptions are automatically thrown by the JVM, that is Java runtime system. Suppose I create one exception, mark out of bound exception. So that exception is going to validate whether the mark is valid or not. Suppose the mark is less than 0 or mark is greater than 100. Okay, then it will throw exception. So user defined, user generated exception, system generated exception. That is built-in exception, custom exception. Okay. So built-in exceptions are automatically thrown by the Java runtime environment because Java knows that exception. So user-defined exception, Java does not know user-defined exception. So that exceptions must be thrown using the keyword throw, THROW. So throw keyword, THROW, throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Okay, explicitly throw an exception. So syntax of the throw keyword is throw, then exception object. Throw exception object. So this is syntax of throw keyword. Try block is used to monitor an exception. Catch block is used to handle an exception. Throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Okay. Next keyword is throws, THROWS. Okay, throws, THROWS. This keyword is normally used in the method declaration. That is void, the return type. Okay, void. Then method name, throws, argument list. Void method name throws exception list, not argument list, exception list. Okay, exception list. That means this method throws these exceptions. But these exceptions are not handled by this method. Okay, that is any exception that is thrown out of a method must be specified as such by a throws keyword. Okay, so that is the use of throws keyword. So suppose one method throw one exception. This exception is not handled by that method. Then this method must use the throws keyword and it include the exception, particular exception. Then the calling function, okay, handle this exception. Okay, so this is the use of throws keyword. Then finally block. So actually the finally block is used in all circumstances. Final block is executed. Sorry. Final block is executed in all circumstances, whether an exception is thrown or not. Okay, whether an exception is thrown or not. So now I will write the syntax of this try. This is try block. Then statements. Okay. Then catch. Exception 1, E1. Then catch exception 2, E2. Okay. Then etc. Last final block. Okay. Okay, final block. So here the try block, which contains a block of code to monitor for errors. Okay. The first catch block, this is exception 1 E1. This is an exception handler for exception 1. Second catch block, this is an exception handler for exception 2. Okay, like that. If no exception, okay, are handled by the particular or handled by the catch block, then the program abnormally end. Okay, abnormally finished. Then final block. So this block contains code, so which will be executed after try block ends. Okay, so this is a single try block with multiple catch block. A single try block is enough for monitoring all exceptions, but one catch block can handle only one exception. Okay. Next, all Java exceptions, built-in exceptions, are subclasses of throwable. Okay, so all exception types are subclasses of the built-in class throwable. Actually, this class is at the top of the exception class hierarchy. It has two subclasses. Okay, throwable class. It has two subclasses. One is the exception and another one is error. The exception and another one is error. The throwable class has two subclasses. One is exception and another one is error. So exception is used for exceptional condition. Okay, so exceptional condition. This class is used for exceptional condition that user program should catch. Okay. Then there is one important subclass of exception that is called runtime exception. Okay, runtime exception. So exception of this type are automatically defined for the program that we write and include statements such as divide by 0 and invalid array index. Okay. Then another one is error. This class defines exception that are not expected to be caught under normal circumstances by our program. So exception of type error are used by the Java runtime system, that is JVM, to indicate error having to do with the runtime environment. So for example, stack overflow is an example for error. Okay. So throwable is the top of the exception class hierarchy. It has two subclasses. One is exception and another one is error. Okay, exception is used for exception condition that user program should catch. Okay, so error, it defines exception that are not expected to be caught under normal circumstances by our program. Okay, so I'm going to use try and catch. Okay, so try. Actually, the simple three lines program throw three exceptions. One is array index out of bound exception, and another one is number format exception, then arithmetic exception. So I am going to handle all three exceptions. Okay, try. Catch. Okay, catch. First exception, arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exception 8. Okay. So here system dot out dot println. Okay. Second argument 0. Okay. that is invalid. Okay, second argument 0 is invalid. Then catch array index out of bound exception. Array index out of bounds exception E. So it will display argument missing. Next one, catch arithmetic exception. Okay, arithmetic exception. Second, already had arithmetic exception. Number format exception. So invalid argument. Okay. So the simple 3-line program throws 3 different exceptions: arithmetic exception, array index out of bound exception, number format exception. Okay, see. So Java C divide Java. So no error. Java divide 10 to result equal to 5. Java divide 10 argument missing. Okay. So here divide 10 exception in thread main java.leh array index out of bound exception at line number 1 at the divide dot main. Sorry, at line number 6 divide dot java colon 6 at line number 6. Okay, here this exception is handled by the catch block, so it display argument missing. So another 10C. So here the invalid argument. C is an invalid argument. Okay. Then Java divide 10 0. Here the second argument 0 invalid. Okay. So here all exceptions are successfully handled. Okay. So first catch block handle arithmetic exception. Second catch block handle array index out of bound exception. Third catch block handle number format exception. So these 3 exceptions are subclasses of runtime exceptions. Okay. Now I include finally block. Okay. Finally. So actually final block will be executed in all circumstances, whether an exception is thrown or not. Okay. System dot out dot println end of program. End of program. Okay, Java divide Java divide 10 by 2. So the final block here is executed, end of program. Okay. Then Java divide 10 argument missing, end of program. 10C invalid argument, end of program. 10 0 second argument 0 invalid, end of program. So final block is executed in all circumstances, whether an exception is thrown or not. Okay. So this is a simple program using try, catch, okay, then final block. So now I am going to include the throw keyword. Okay, throw THROW. So here, if n2 equal to 0, throw new arithmetic exception. So actually the throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Here the arithmetic exception is explicitly thrown using the keyword throw, THRO. Okay. So Java C divide at Java. The Java divide 10 to Java divide 10, 10C, 10 0. Here the second argument 0 invalid. Here the arithmetic exception is explicitly thrown with the help of throw keyword. So other two exceptions are implicitly thrown, but arithmetic exception is explicitly thrown with the help of THROW, throw keyword. Okay, so try block is used to monitor exception, catch block is used to handle an exception, final block is executed in all circumstances whether an exception is thrown or not. THROW, throw keyword, is used to explicitly throw an exception. Okay. Now, I'm going to use the throws keyword, THROWS. Okay, THROWS. So I define one function that is public, static, void, or int, divide, int, first number, that is F1, int, F2, throws, 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 then arithmetic. Throws arithmetic exception. Return F1 by F2. Okay, return F1 by F2. So here suppose the value of F2 is 0. Then the return of F1 by F2, throw arithmetic exception, is divided by 0 here. So actually that exception is not handled by the method divide. Okay, the method divide is not handled. So this method uses the throws modifier. Okay, throws keyword. Okay, and it includes arithmetic exception. Throws arithmetic exception. So now system.out.println, I invoke this function here. There is a divide of n1, comma n. So this is a static method. So we can invoke this method without object. So this is divide n1. Okay, suppose this divide method is in another class. Then we can invoke that method using class name dot method. Here the main function divide are in same class. So the main method can use the divide, can call the divide method directly. Okay, without object class name. Okay, okay, divide of n1 comma n. So this is syntax of throws. Return type, method name, arguments, throws, exceptions. Okay, actually this function throw an exception, but that exception is not handled by this method. Okay, that's why it use throws. Okay, keyword. Okay. Suppose this function throw more than one exception. For example, it will throw arithmetic exception, number format exception. Then we can add that exception also. That is throws arithmetic exception, comma number format exception, comma array index out of exception, etc. Okay. So now I'm going to execute this program. Okay, result 5 end of program. Argument C end of program. Invalid argument end of program. Second argument 0 invalid end of program. Okay, same out. So these 5 keywords are used to handle exception. Try, okay, catch, throw, throws, find. Okay, throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Throws keyword is used in method header. Okay, so this keyword is used to identify a method, whether the particular method throws an exception or not. Suppose Java provide many classes, more than 1,000 classes. So every class contains many methods. Okay, so suppose one method throws some exception, then we want to access that method, then we must handle that exception, because that built-in function does not handle these exceptions. Okay, so the calling function must handle all exceptions. Okay, so later class I will tell. Okay, then nested try statement. Actually, try statement can be nested. So like that, you include try. Okay, so within the try, you can include another try. Okay, for this try, you can include catch block also. Okay, so here it is nested try. That is, a try statement can be inside the block of another try statement. Okay, so each time a try statement is entered, the context of the exception is pushed onto the stack. If an inner try statement does not have a catch handler for a particular exception, okay, and the next try statement's catch handlers are inspected for a match. Okay, this continues until one of the catch statements succeed, until all of the nested try statement are exhausted. If no catch statement matches, then the Java runtime error will handle this exception. Okay, so that is nested try statement. We can include one try statement within another try statement. Okay. Then Java's built-in exceptions. Java's built-in exception. So I already told the Java's standard package is java.lah. Okay, java.lah. This is a standard package for Java. This package is automatically imported. Okay. So Java defines several classes, several exception classes in this package. Okay. The most of the exception classes are subclasses of runtime exception. Okay. So Java has two types of exceptions. One is checked exception and another one is unchecked exception. One is checked exception and another one is unchecked exception. So unchecked exception means an exception which is a subclass of runtime exception. Okay, runtime exception and its subclasses are unchecked exception. That is, this exception need not be included in any method's throws list. Okay, that is, this exception are automatically handled by the JVM. But the unchecked exceptions defined in java.lang, unchecked exceptions also defined in java.lang. Okay, so these exceptions must be included in a method throws list if that method generate exception. if the method generate exception and does not handle it. Okay, these are called checked exception. Okay, so there are two types: one is checked exception and another one is unchecked exception. So checked exception means we must handle this exception. Unexception means JVM ignore that exception. Okay. So we have already seen three exceptions: arithmetic exception, array index, out of bound exception, then number format exception. Okay. Then okay, we have already seen three exceptions. That is array, index, out of bounds exception. Okay. Then arithmetic exception. Array, when this exception is thrown, suppose we create an array with size 5. We are going to access the 6 elements. Then it will throw array index out of bound exception. Okay, arithmetic exception. Arithmetic exception. Okay, arithmetic exception, that is divided by 0 error. That is arithmetic error. Then array store exception. So this exception is thrown when assignment to array element of an incompatible type. So array is created with one type. So we are storing other type of an element in that array. Then it will throw array store exception. Then class first exception. That is in Java we can convert one class into another. Okay. Okay. Suppose the class is not in compatible types, then it will throw invalid cast. That is, it will throw the class first exception. The illegal argument exception. That is, illegal argument used to invoke a method. There is a function call. It uses an illegal argument. Then it will throw illegal argument exception. Negative array size exception. We can create an array with only positive size. Suppose we are creating an array with negative size, then it will throw negative array size exception. The null pointer exception. So invalid use of a null reference. That is, we are using an object without creation. Okay, without creation. Actually, we declare the object, but we are not created. We are not creating the object. Okay, then using the object without creation, then it will throw null pointer exception. Number format exception, I already told, invalid conversion of a string to number. Security exception, attempt to violate security. Okay, so like that. So actually these are unchecked exception, because these exceptions are subclasses of runtime exception. Runtime exception is a subclass of exception class. Exception is a subclass of throwable class. Throwable has two subclasses. One is exception and another one is error. Okay. Then checked exception. In checked exception, class not found exception. Okay, so we suppose we are creating one class with mistake. Okay, suppose misspelled. Okay, then it will throw the class not found exception. Clone not supported exception. That is attempt to clone an object that does not implement the clonable interface. If one class implements clonable, then we can create duplicate copy. Okay, otherwise it will throw clone not supported exception. Illegal access exception. This exception thrown when access to a class is denied. Instantiation exception. Attempt to create an object of an abstract class or interface. Abstract class, there is no object. Abstract class cannot be instantiated. So if you attempt to create an object of abstract class, it will throw instantiation exception. Then interrupted exception. One thread has been interrupted by another thread. Okay, no such field exception. A requested field does not exist. No such method exception. A requested method does not exist. Okay, so these are checked exceptions. Okay, checked exception means we must handle this exception. Okay, otherwise the program will not compile. Okay. Okay, then another important concept is custom exception. Okay. So built-in exception, we have seen one topmost class hierarchy throwable. Sorry, network problem. Okay. Okay, custom exception. Custom exception or okay, user-defined exception. So we can create the custom exception. Okay, suppose we are doing one project. Okay, so that project need one exception. That is in the account class, the minimum balance of the account is 5,000 rupees. Okay. So if the minimum balance is less than 5,000, we need to throw an exception. Okay. That is minimum balance is not maintained. Okay. Then, for example, in the student class, it need one exception class, the mark out of bound exception. Mark out of bound, whether the mark is less than 0 or greater than 100. If one organization its employee has a minimum salary 10,000, maximum salary 50,000. The salary is in between 10,000 to 50,000. Okay. So if the salary is cross 50,000, then it will throw an exception. There is pay out of bound exception, like that. So user can create their own exception in Java. Okay. So now I am going to create one exception. Okay. That is minimum balance. Okay, minimum balance exception. So the user-defined exception class must extend exception. So here the class minimum balance exception, which extends exception. Okay. So minimum class MP exception, it extends exception. So this exception class is going to validate minimum balance. Okay, then one of its member is private int balance. Okay, private. Then I include one constructor, MP exception of int balance. So that is this dot balance equal to balance. Okay. Now I am going to include one method. Okay, overridden method. It's a special method. That is public string to string. So this is the overridden method. Okay. So this method is defined in object class. So in Java, object is a superclass of all classes. Okay. So the purpose of this method is to print an object directly. Okay. System, sorry, it return return. Okay. So invalid balance. Invalid balance. Okay, so this is a custom exception class. So custom exception class must extend exception class. Okay, so this class is going to validate balance. So balance is one of the member of this class. Then it has two member function. One is constructor for initializing the member of this class, and the toString method. This is a special method. This method is used to print an object directly. Okay. Then I create one class account. Then private int account number. Then private int balance. Then account. Okay, account constructor. Int account number, comma, int balance. Okay, that is this dot account number equal to account number. Then this dot balance equal to balance. Okay. Then public void display. Okay. Public void display. System dot out. System dot out dot println. Okay. Balance, sorry, account number plus account number. Then system dot out dot println balance. So plus so before displaying balance, we need to check it is valid or not. So if balance less than, okay, balance less than 1,000, throw, okay, balance less than 1,000, then throw minimum balance exception with balance. Okay, so I'm going to handle this exception. Try. Catch MP exception. MP. Then system dot out dot println MP. Here we are printing an object directly. Okay, here MP is an object of MP exception. Here we are printing an object directly. Okay, so in this situation, it invokes this method, toString method, and it will print invalid balance here. Okay, then main function display function is over. So the class is over. Then class exception demo. Public static void main. Then string here. Okay, then here student, sorry, account A1 equal to new account of account number 101 balance 5,000. It's a valid one. So then account A2 equal to new account of 102, 500. Okay. Then A1 dot display, A2 dot display. Okay. So save as xdemo.java. Cannot find new. Okay, throw new MP exception balance. Okay, so Java okay, now the output is first account number A1 number 101 balance 5,000. So second account number 102 balance is invalid balance because here the balance is 500. So it will throw minimum balance exception. Then it will print the MP. Okay, MP means invalid balance. Suppose we want to print the balance, just put plus balance. Invalid balance, balance. Then it will print the balance also. Okay, so here account number 101 balance 5,000, account number 102 invalid balance. Okay. Okay. If you have any doubt, please ask. If you are having any doubt, please.
Sir, so here we are essentially for first case, since there is no exception, we are not calling anything. Second case, we only we are calling the exception class, no, sir? like
yes.
because it is 500, we have given like if amount less than 5,000
So in
in
this
the
situation,
try catch loop.
yes. In this situation, it will throw MB exception. Otherwise, it will print the balance equal to balance.
Okay,
If the balance is greater than or equal to 1000, it will print this statement. Okay.
okay,
If a balance is less than 1000, it will throw new MB exception. So this statement, okay, not executed. Control, okay, comes to here, the catch block. The catch block will print the MP exception object, MP. So at this time, it will invoke it will invoke the toString method. Okay. So actually, the purpose of toString method is to print an object directly. Okay, that is the purpose of toString method.
so like is it necessary that we put the toString methods? Like we can just put like print statement for a create a
Yes,
normal class, no sir, instead of a toString.
yes. If the toString method is not included, then you just use here system.out.println invalid balance equal to balance. Okay, right here. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.